Well, good morning. Today's a big day. The cabinets are being moved to the regimental armory, being reassembled. Bye-bye cabinets. Throughout the year and a half that it took me to build these cabinets, I had given a lot of thought as to how this piece of furniture could be broken down into its components, moved, and then reassembled. The first two parts were expertly handled by professional movers. It took them less than 30 minutes to take the cabinets apart, wrap everything in blankets, and secure everything in their truck. There were no breaks, no damages. Everything was smooth as you would ever hope for. So welcome to the officers' mess of the Côtes-des-neiges Armory, home of the Royal Canadian Hussars. We're presently in the cavalry room where I had set up shop for the first step in the reassembly process, which is putting the counter together. Now initially I had planned to use pocket screws and biscuits to join the three pieces that make up the counter. That was before I got my hands on my dowel max. So the first step here was to drill out dowel holes in all three pieces and assemble the counter. Once again, no surprise here, dowel max created a seamless, almost perfect joint with the counter. Remember, if you don't have a dowel max already, it's because you need it. You just might not know about it yet. The next step was to attach the bottom cabinets together. Now, we set the cabinets on their backs and secured the three components using 1¼ screws. Throughout the day, I had help of 4 soldiers from the unit. Yes, I'd like to thank them. First of all, Sergeant Steve Brett. You'll see him, he's wearing a blue shirt. Sergeant Chris Birkinshaw, he's wearing a black shirt. Corporal Muth, he's wearing a red shirt. And Private Cifuentes, he's wearing a white shirt. Without their help, I would have been in a world of hurt. This thing is way too heavy for one person. And to make matters even more interesting, I had a bad back that day. Fun. The next step was the one that worried me the most about this entire rebuild, and that's attaching the diagonal facades. You see, they had been cut, adjusted, but never fastened or glued to the cabinets. Because if I had done that, we would not have been able to break down the bottom cabinets and hence move them. So I don't have great footage of this operation, but we did manage, after a little bit of persuasion, to fasten both diagonal pieces, and I have to say they fit in there pretty perfectly. I was very pleased with the end result. The next step was to bring the cabinets back upright. Corporal Carabin, I hope I pronounced that right, he's the guy with the green t-shirt. He joined us for this next step. I have to say the guys were really careful in bringing the cabinets back upright. And once we were there, we were able to push the cabinets back towards the wall. And good news, it fits.
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in.
Because now we're going to get the cover. That's fine.
The guys then went into the cavalry room, picked up the counter, and brought it in on top of the cabinets.
Okay, you guys.
Once it was laid down, we took our time to align it, and I secured it to the cabinets with some 1.25" screws, but only on the front part of the cabinets. Now, believe me, once the hutches are in place, this thing ain't moving.
Watch the joints, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the hutches, that's the next step. We started by placing the middle hutch and aligning it properly on the counter.
Then we'll have to measure. Yeah. You're flush.
Next, we brought in the right hutch, aligned it, and started to join it with the center hutch. Now I want you to notice the dowels that are sticking out in the center hutch, the one that you barely see on the left. I had used Dowel Max to create these dowel holes, and that was the method I wanted to use to make these two pieces. The alignment is pretty much perfect, but the joint was so tight we were having problems joining both hutches. The solution was twofold. First thing we did is we used spring clamps to slowly mate the two pieces. Second, we had to remove the bottom drawer to allow us to use clamps on the bottom. Now, once the pieces were joined, I used a couple of screws to set these hutches together. No glue here, and the point is, if we ever need to pull these cabinets apart to move it somewhere, well, we'll be able to do it.
There you go, nowhere.
Having learned a bunch of stuff while putting the right-hand hutch in place, we put the left one in. Obviously, it was a little bit easier this time around, so once again we took out the drawer right off the bat, used our clamps, and then secured everything with a couple of screws.
Tap it. Can you tap it? Wait, don't tap it.
With all the hutches in place, we validated the alignment. We were 1/8 of an inch off. I think we're okay.
All right.
Does it have to come down a bit, or?
4/32,
Oh,
2/8 of an inch.
It's not
I know.
Does it look so?
All right, for posterity's sake,
Off camera,
there's a
we
screw
attached the
in
lights.
Crown molding.
And also placed the crown molding. Here you see Sergeant Birkinshaw putting in the final screw for the crown molding.
All right, looking good.
So we're really in the home stretch now. The guys are focusing on the shelves, reinstalling them, while I started working on and reinstalling the bottom doors. That is reinstalling the top doors. This is the last one. Sergeant Birkinshaw gave me an extra hand just to get things done a little faster.
There are pros that do this.
I'm not one of them.
Myself looking at it starts to settle. You gotta readjust them.
That's all she wrote.
Looks good.
So here's the cabinets in their final spot. To see what it would give as an effect, we put a couple of plates and a piece of silverware in the middle hutch, just to give us an idea what it would look like with the lights. Looks really good. The doors, especially, quite spectacular. Folks, thanks for watching this video. Click that like button if you can. I'd appreciate it. It always helps the channel. I'll see you next time.